I'm talking to Gail, who is the mother of Alfie, sitting with me here. And even with Alfie's disability, from an early age, you could see that Alfie had a spirit and a heart where he was not going to be defeated by it.
Oh, absolutely. He's always been like that. He's never once, you know, every time he mentioned to anyone that he's got a disability, he's always been quite cross afterwards, and he's basically said, "Mum, don't tell people I've got a disability." So he's never let anything get in the way. Never let that get in the way of anything that he's done.
So what was singing? How did that come about for Alfie? I mean, say from a 2-year-old, was he interested in music? Did you play him music and he liked it and you could feel that something was going on there?
I was just basically...
The radio.
Yeah, listen to the radio. Yeah, listen to the radio. And from a young age, I sort of basically sang with him. Because he was talking from the age of 1, because he couldn't use his legs very well. He was actually talking very, very early on.
It's quite amazing because today I can honestly say that I have lots of different pupils over the years have come to me here in Free Mills, and I've had the pleasure of working with Sam Smith in this very room, Jermaine Jackman, just to name a few, lots of people from X Factor, The Voice, etc. And I have the immense pleasure of working with this young lad called Alfie here today also. And being a voice coach, it's been my privilege to help and inspire people change their voice and grow into a formative way of singing and becoming very good at what they do in their voice. And I was delighted when I first met Alfie. How long ago, Alfie, did I meet you? It was about 3 months, 4 months?
3 months, yeah, October time.
Right, around about October time, yeah. So about 3 or 4 months ago, Alfie came to me realising he wanted singing lessons with his dear mum, who's here with us today. Hello, Mum. And Dad's here too. Because I felt everyone that I work with, I always like to see the progress and see the change that happens to them. And there's nothing better than when you record that. So today I thought, well, we're going to record Alf today to see where he's at, what he's been doing. We've been working on his voice the last 3 months, haven't we?
Yep. Techniques.
Tell me what happened in the first lesson we had. We had quite a difficult time, didn't we? Because you had breathing problems.
Yeah, the breathing problems. Doc was getting me to stand up against the wall and just keep breathing for 10 minutes every day to kind of get it out, and I couldn't breathe properly and couldn't control it when I was singing. So yeah, we've really improved on that in the last 3 months.
Tell us, you have a condition as well, don't you, where you've had difficulty in your breathing in the past and in life as a whole?
Yeah, my lungs weren't developed properly when I was born, and I have cerebral palsy, so yeah, and visual impairment.
And so the incredible thing about this is Alfie, even though he has these, what we would class as a disability, doesn't see he has. And what's incredible about that is the amazing focus that he has on practicing and being really involved in singing. And I'm just, this is why I wanted to film him, because out of all my pupils, he's probably the most dedicated pupil that's ever come to me. And I can say this beyond all the other pupils that have ever come to me, because he's so focused. He so wants to do the exercises, and I'm sure we can hear from Mum and Dad about that. Can Mum tell us a little bit about what happens with Alf at home and how difficult it is?
Oh,
because he's so into it.
Yeah, he comes home straight off the bus from school, and he's has his tea, and he's straight into the room. His recording studio, as he calls it, and he's straight in there 2 hours every night. And everyone can hear him, but he loves it. He enjoys it. And I'll do if I think he's doing something wrong, I'll have a shout through and say, "Oh, hang on, something's not quite right there," or if he's doing it okay, then I'll leave him, let him get on with it. Yeah. So he's doing really well.
The incredible thing about Mum here is that, Gail, let's call you Gail, because you're not my mum, I'm older than you, that that she has a good ear of music and can actually pick up things. And in the lessons, she's been sitting in the lessons with Alfie, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's been.
And she sort of tends to offer suggestions and thoughts, and that's great. And what encouragement and support that is as a parent to a child as well, especially with the different areas in your life that you've had difficulty with. Yeah. And it's been amazing how Gail and Dad, I know, have been an amazing support to you, haven't they?
Yeah, amazing. It's just really been, they know how focused I am on doing what I want to do and support me with that, and always giving me advice when I feel that I can't correct something, always giving me advice on how I can do that, to do always better. I aim to be the best, and yeah, I focus on that every day.
So, Alf, what I love about Alf is his intelligence. Sometimes he confronts me. Oh, you mean this, don't you? And you mean that? Yes, that's right, Alf. Yes, I do. And it's make me reflect on what I'm saying. He's quite an intelligent lad, and that's very exciting. I actually, I've got to say this, I do love teaching all my pupils, but I have a very, a little sort of excited feeling every time Alf turns up for a lesson with his mum, and I get really excited about the fact that we're going to bring him on a little bit further into the understanding of what he's doing, because he's so keen. I mean, you know, and hopefully we're going to see, we're going to do a little bit of work in a minute just to show you how Alf works, and what we've been doing in order to strengthen Alfie's voice, to bring him into the awareness of the sounds he's got. The first time, as I said in the first lesson, he had, in the breathing problem, he would sing something like, I don't care, and it would fizzle out, wouldn't it, Gail? It'd be just go, all the time, and it was this which sort of was the thing which was stopping and blocking his progress. And I think from that understanding, I was able to connect with a lot of the understanding I've got about breathing, really, I suppose, and I attached him to a breathing technique, which is quite extraordinary breathing technique, which made him become more conscious and aware. And after that, he started to sing with more ease and power, and it was like, whoa, wasn't it? The first time he did it, the first time that breathing technique, half an hour on his chest, making him breathe like that.
Something was wrong, though, Doc, didn't you?
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't know. I knew something was.
No, I mean, you knew something was wrong with this breathing technique thing.
With his singing, I felt there was a problem. There was a block against the singing, but I didn't know it was physiological or medical. And in fact, when you shared with me, it was what the medical doctors have said, that he had a breathing problem. But I wouldn't buy that.
No.
And I'm not going to buy it, and Alf hasn't bought it, and because of that, he broke through and he started to sing like a Trojan, and it was extraordinary, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an amazing feeling to know that after all this work and all the dedication that I've put in, that Doc's put in, everyone's put in, it was working out for me, and I was starting to feel free and relaxed in what I was doing, and that felt fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on now and do a bit of work on your voice, and just to show you what Alf is doing at the moment. Should we try the song, the nice Elton John song?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we go? If you stand up in front of the mic for me, and then first what we'll do, we're going to give him some techniques, and the techniques is what I've been doing with Alf, and I've actually worked, and mums and dads heard this all the time, where he does the good, you do the mamas and the gagas, and even the parrots started to do it at home. So there you are. It's quite amazing what you're able to do. But what we do, we start with the Mars. Shall we do it? Ma. Good. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Good. And you feel how you're hearing your voice? There's no air in the way, is it? It's nice and clean now. Do you remember how you used to do that?
It was, I think it was like, ma 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 ma.
Yeah, it was sort of not clear, but it was
Yeah.
like breathy.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get your breath. Now you've got clean tones again. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. As it gets high on that G sharp at the high note,
Yep.
you tend to go ma 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 ma. Yeah, you stay on the same note instead of ma 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 ma. So try and get that in by getting a little cry in your voice. Go ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. Better again. Ma 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 ma. Very good. Ma 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 ma. Not quite there. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
It's going ma 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 ma. Instead of ma 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 ma. So what can you do is go in this cheek area, ma 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 ma, and get into the face.
A little bit like the bubble then.
Yeah. Here we go. Ma 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 ma. Good again. Ma 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 ma. It's coming a little bit. Now try the bubble for me with that. Okay, we'll take it back down. We're going to try the nay nay now. Nay 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 nay. Nay 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 nay. Nay 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 nay. Nay 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 nay. Nay 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 nay. Nay 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 nay. Nay 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 nay. Nay 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 nay. Okay, let's try the arc now. You can hear this lovely vibrato you've got there. Yeah. You can hear the nice tone in his voice coming through, which is sort of always been there, but not to this point now where you started to explore it now, haven't you? And you're getting excited about it.
Now it's really developing, isn't it? The vibrato, and you can actually hear the effect it's having. Then people would want to listen to it more, and I'm enjoying doing it more, knowing that I'm doing it right, and it's improving all the time, isn't it? So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try the song, shall we? Because we've done a bit of warm up.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I were sculpted, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions and to rather show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my soul, and this one's for you. And you could tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done.
Good. So now, as you're doing that, you're starting to. I've noticed you're starting to use nuances you've never used. Quiet. You start to use shapes now, trying them out. There's a little bit of in the voice there. Can you hear that? A little. So we need to make that warmer.
Is that all the way through the song?
Yeah, not all the way, but I love the way he questions me. Is that all the way through? Whereabouts? What, on the first verse or the second verse? You know, what's it right at the end? Yeah, and it's so on the button, you know. Basically, yeah, not all the way through. At the beginning, it was. You could hear a little raspy sounding voice. So what would we do to get rid of that? Is go more in a relaxed, dumber vibe. It's a little bit. So you've got more around.
It's a little bit funny.
Yeah, not too forced though. More relaxed as you're talking. It's a little bit. Really relax with it. Try
conversation.
Right at the beginning. Yeah, here we go.
It's a little bit funny, just feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where
I buy that little bit there. I buy. Try and get the shape more than the push. So I buy you big. I buy. Try that.
I buy a big
I
house.
buy. Be in the dumbest. I buy you a big house.
I buy a big house.
Ooh, yeah, and there's a different tone there altogether, isn't it? Let's try that. I buy a big house.
I buy a big house where we both could live. If I were the sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions and travel the shore. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody.
Bit selling newspapers there, isn't it? So yeah, about it. Try and make it a bit more. And you can tell. And you can tell if. And you can tell if.
And you can tell everybody.
Oh, listen to that dream voice there. Can you hear that dream voice? Do that again.
And you can tell everybody.
Yeah, you don't need to force anything there. You can tell. It's good to be rhythmic, but not too rhythmic. And that was nice. And you can tell everybody.
I was doing too many nuances, wasn't I?
A bit over the top.
Okay.
So I love you exploring your nuances,
Yeah.
but it gets to a point where it gets too karaoke or over the top. And when your natural voice is good enough to carry, you see, you've got such a natural sound in you, which, in all fairness, in all fairness, what we did with Alf in the beginning, he wasn't singing properly, he couldn't sing effectively, and because of his breathing. And he would always come across some problems. But what's always been in him is this lovely tone. And he's never seen it. He's never seen it before, have you? And it's like, now it's coming.
You made me realise it with these breathing exercises that it is there. It just needed practice and work and more work every day, which I've been doing. And it's developed it and brought it out in me, and it's only going to get better.
See, I love this optimism, you see. It's only going to get better. See, no messing with me, I'm Alf. Here we go then. Let's try
From the top or from...
Yeah, go from I hope you don't mind, and try and get it in that soft warm but in the dumber with the shake. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Sound the roof. I sat on the roof and kicked off the moors and the few
of the verses, well, they got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is what I really mean. Your side is sweetest size of everything. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quiet, simple, but now that it's done, hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Hope you don't mind, hope you don't mind it that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world.
Yeah, good. We've got to play with that ending, haven't we, to get that right. Most of my pupils, when I give them a lesson, you can tell whether or not they've practiced or not. Even some of the great stars, I remember even Sam Smith at one point when he came to me, I haven't practiced this week, Anthony. I said, no, I can tell. You could tell when I do the exercise, he hadn't done it, and then he would have a problem, and because he can't reach a note or in a song he's recording, and what have you, and so, but it's funny. I know for sure, without a doubt, I won't get that problem with Alf ever. Hello, how do I know that? Well, you just got to talk to his mum. You know, she would tell you how, because he's just like really non-stop, isn't he? He's
Absolutely.
just incessant and focused.
He's just constantly talking about singing. I actually come to you at one stage and I said, help. He does not stop talking about it. I love him talking about music, but it is constant.
Yeah, and there was a time when Gail was challenged by the fact that, because like all of us do this, we get in what we call over the top, don't we?
I think you described it as an obsession. It's a good obsession, didn't you?
It's an obsession,
Yeah.
and all obsession's good if you want them, but when it starts to eat into family or problems around you, you've got to start taking note of that, didn't we? And we addressed that and looked at that, didn't we? Because Mum was really going through a lot, you know, trying to make that right.
Yeah.
And we've made that right now.
Yeah.
And so he's doing the work, and this is everything to me. So we're going to sing the song all the way through, yeah?
Okay.
Right to the top. Here we go. Allow, don't force too much. Just
Don't force the throat.
Yeah, no force the throat. More shapes and more internal. Okay. Here we go. Done.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions and now travel show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell tell everybody this is your song. It may be quiet, simple, but now that it's done, hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I sat on the roof and kicked off the moors, and a few of the verses, well, they got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is what I really mean. Your side is sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody that this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world.
Hey,
Yeah.
good, Al. That's it. Nice and smooth and nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was nothing too adventurous or poking out there. You didn't need to be. I wanted you to be just calm and relaxed and watch it go like that. The next time you perform that, it could be different.
Yeah.
Especially today, because we've got someone coming in who's going to sing with you.
Oh wow.
And so they'll probably might sing this song. I don't know yet. I don't know whether they know it. But that would be interesting to see how that pans out. Yeah. And we're gonna see how this person performs and what they do with their voice.
Yep.
And we're gonna sort of play around with both of you and see.
You're going to do some breathing with this person as well?
Oh yes, they got terrible breathing problems. Oh yes, he needs them. He will need them. And no, so it'll be fun. So have a seat, Alf, and nice
Just
and
out of
relaxed.
interest, Alf, the song I heard you sing through the voice, which I think you do a wonderful job, is always on my mind.
Always on my mind.
Maybe I didn't love you
Albert.
quite as often as I could have.
Yeah.
If you, because the voice, there's some notes in there just sound so like that.
They are, yeah. You were gentle on my mind.
No, you were always on
My mind. You were always on my mind. Do you know that song?
The one by Elvis?
Elvis.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
the
to
Elvis
practice that.
song.
We
He
could do
sings
that.
some Elvis songs anyway.
Yeah. Do you do that one?
I haven't done that one, no, but I think it's right there that it'd be easy if I practice it, that will suit my voice.